Thank you all so much for joining us today. So no, we are not about to play slip and slide out here, but we're actually about to do one of the garden chores that is one of my least favorites. And so before we even start, I want you to comment below and let me know, what garden chore do you just wait until the end because you dread doing it? So it can work both ways. Either you can wait till the end to do it if you dread doing it, or you can go ahead and get it out the way, and that way you won't have to do it. I'm the type of person that I wait till the very end to do it, and so that is washing containers that I have started my seeds in. This is something I dread because you see all of the things that I pull out, and it's not really hard. It's just something I don't feel like doing, but I know it has to be done. So make sure you stick around because I'm going to tell you the importance of washing your seeds, starting trays, washing out your containers. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So if you're new to this channel, thank you so much for stopping by, and we hope you consider subscribing to our channel where we take you around our home and garden. We share recipes and tips with you, and then we also do product reviews. So definitely welcome. And to all of my subscribers and those who have been following us along, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch our videos. Okay, so it really feels like somebody has turned the heat on to get it. It is extremely hot out here. And as a matter of fact, this whole week we're going to have temps in the upper 90s. I'm talking about 96, 97. We just had a lot of dust from the dust storm, but once again, I waited till the last minute, and I have things that I have to start, things that I have to pot up, and I just really need to get all the containers washed. So first of all, let me show you my little pile right here. We're going to start with these today. And so, like I said in the beginning, when you start seeds, whether you are soil blocking, because we do a lot of soil blocking, whether you are potting up, or whether you are starting and sell trays, after you have gotten those plants out, it is important to sanitize your pots, your sell trays, your seed blocking container, because just in case there's some type of bacteria or virus or something that got into your plant when you were starting those seeds, you need to go ahead and sanitize and disinfect it, so that when you start your new round of seeds, you won't be saying to yourself, I don't understand why these seeds are doing like that, or why they're struggling, or why they're not growing, or why they're dying. So one thing that we do around here, I wish I could do it a little bit more often. I kind of wait until I have a huge pile, because this is not even half of what I have to sanitize. I also have some sale trays, because now is the time that we're going to go ahead and start our fall planting of greens, of broccoli, cabbage, things like that. We'll go ahead and start them inside, and as time goes on, when the weather starts to cool off, we'll harden them off, and then we'll bring them outside. But it really doesn't take a lot. I just do this setup, and the reason why I have this tarp is because once I get done washing my pots out, I'm going to lay them on this tarp to air dry. Let me tell you, it's not going to take long, because it is hot. But what I use to go ahead and sanitize and disinfect my pots, my trays, whatever I'm growing in, I just use a regular Tupperware container. And so I want to ask you all this, because it really made me laugh. When you were little, did your parents or grandparents or whoever house you stayed over, did they ever tell you that you're either going to stay in or you're either going to stay out? So comment below and let me know if you've ever been told that while growing up. The very reason why I'm asking that question is because it pertains to the water hose. So when we were young, my grandmother and my mother, it was a lot of us over my grandmother's house, and it was a lot of in and out the door. And They didn't have like the HVAC system for the heating and air. They actually had a air condition in the window. And so with all of the grandchildren in and out, back and forth, we would get told very often, you either stay in or you're going to stay out. But the reason why I asked you all that, because you knew, or I knew, if I went back in one more time, it was a possibility that I would be in for the day. So I didn't want to risk that. And my cousins and my sister, we didn't want to risk that. So a lot of times we would drink out of the water hose. So what we need today for these pots is just some warm water. Now, we don't need boiling water because these pots are made of plastic, so we don't want to melt them. But if you know and you had to drink out of the water hose, you knew that you had to let it run for about 1 to 2 minutes to let that cool water come out. And so that's what we're doing today. We're just using some of the first minute water because it's going to come out hot. Believe me, I know, because when I get ready to fill my water cans, I always have to let it run for a little while until the cool water comes off. But it's going to be good use today because we're going to take this hot water that's about to come out and we are about to fill our containers in so that we can wash our pots out. So I'm not going to fill it up to the top because remember I said that first 1 to 2 minutes of water that come out, that is going to be hot. And I've stuck my hand in there and it just feels like when a pot of water is about to get ready to boil, it's hot like that. So we're going to go ahead and cut it off, and then I'll show you the 2 things that I use to sanitize my containers. Okay, so once we have our water in here, I'm gonna put some trusty, can y'all see it? Because it's hot. I'm gonna put some trusty Dawn in here. And for some reason, y'all, I've tried all type of Dawns that you can think of, but it's something about the original one that I really like better. And that is not even the original, it's the Ultra one, but it's been kind of hard to find stuff. And then you want some bleach. Now, normally it's about 10 to 15% bleach in here, but I don't measure. I just pour some in here, and then I just cut the water on a little bit more so that the dishwashing detergent can go ahead and bubble up or suds up just a bit. And then we're gonna let our pots, we're gonna put our pots in there to soak. So before you put it in your container with the sudsy water and the Clorox solution, go ahead and rinse out your pots. And just, you know, if you got any dirt or debris or something like that, go ahead and rinse it out, and then you can start dumping them in there to soak. So that's what I'm going to do now, and then we'll let them soak for a little bit. I don't know, I know I am going to walk in the house for a little bit and get a drink of water, because you have to stay hydrated. You definitely have to stay hydrated. So I'm going to let them, we're kind of going to get on a routine. We're going to let them soak. And then a lot of times I just use an old towel that I've cut up, and or if you have an old washcloth, just use that. And so after they soak, I kind of go in there and just kind of wipe around in the cell trays and the pots, just to make sure if there was any sign of bacteria, any sign of viruses, we go ahead and we get that out. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse all of these pots. This is the first batch right here. We're going to rinse all the pots, take the plastic tags off, which I should have done, and then we're going to go ahead and let them soak. And once they get done soaking, that's what we have this tarp for. We're just going to put them on the tarp and just let the sun dry them out really good, and then they will be ready for planting. And I'm glad that I'm doing this today, because I'll make sure I link that video. We just did that seed haul, And I have to wash out some cell trays because I definitely want to get my callaloo and my amaranth planted, which is like the spinach for the summer. So I want to go ahead and get those planted and growing so that we can enjoy that hopefully very soon. So we got all of the first round of pots, we got them dunked in. And so what we're gonna do is, believe me, with these heat rays, y'all, and it's about 5:30 in the evening, it's still hot, but we're gonna let these just sit for a while. I'll take the time to go ahead and put everything back up and do a couple of other things, and then I'll come back with my washcloth and wash them out and put them on the tarp to air dry. But what I will tell you is about tarp. I'm not going to let this stay here very long. If you are looking to start a garden and you want to, but you're not going to do it right now, lay some tarp down, weigh it down with some bricks or whatever for about, if you got a little time, about 6 to 9 months. Like if I wanted to start right here, it'll kill this grass, and so probably in about 6 to 9 months you'll be ready to like break new ground. So that's like a slow way of if you want to start a garden versus than tilling. You can do it this way, but like I said, you got to give it a little bit of time, probably like 6 to 9 months, maybe even up to a year. But you lay this tarp down, it kills that grass underneath, and then you can break ground and start planting, you know, once you add your amendments and things like that. So really quick, I want to show you guys, and I make sure you check like the local extension office or website in your state, because I want to show you what the University of Georgia puts out and what I kind of use as a reference when I start planting for fall. I hope you all can see this, but I always print one of these off because I happen to lose it every year, but I'm glad that they have it on the web, readily available for people like me who's always losing stuff. Maybe I should get a garden journal that has like the pocket folders on there and just stick it in there. Okay, but this is from the University of Georgia website, where it kind of gives you things to plant for fall and like when to start. So it's a good start or a good guide on if you want to plant some things on when to start. So I'm definitely going to be starting some pole beans and black-eyed peas and things like that here in the near future. I was actually supposed to do it today, but it was super hot out here. Can y'all tell the way I'm breathing? But anyway, check with your local extension office and see if they have a guide similar to this, because I think Georgia planting zones range from like 6 to 9. So it just gives you kind of some dates that you can plant different things, and it also gives you a spring guide too. Now these are planting days, like I guess when you plant outside. Now we're going to start some seeds inside as well, but if we go ahead and do it now by these dates for fall, everything should be hardened off and ready to plant. So I'm going to go ahead and let the pot soak just a little while longer, and then I'm going to wash them out with my washcloth and just go ahead and start like an assembly line, because today, and I promised myself today, I'm going to go ahead and get the callaloo and the amaranth planted. So here is the thing: when you're outside in 90-degree weather, bent over at a 90-degree angle, I think I come up or strategize or come up with better plans than what I'm doing. And so just with me washing these containers, I was saying to myself, you know what, you need a washing station, because I seriously have been bent over 90-degree angle. And I know you're probably saying, well, why are you out 90-degree weather? Well, if I wait a couple of more hours, which will probably be 8, instead of 90 degrees, it'll probably be 87. So the fact of the matter is it has to be done, but half of them are done. So now I can start planting my amaranth and my callaloo, and also potting up the roses that I received in the mail. So let me just show you. I got them out here, and the sun has basically started drying a lot of them. They look like new. Now I didn't say they were brand new, but they look like new. So basically what I was going for is just letting them soak in that Clorox solution to kill any type of bacteria, any type of virus, any type of fungi, anything like that, so that when I get ready to plant in these, my new plants won't struggle. I have these 3 containers in here for the roses that I have received. I'm going to put these in pots right now because I know I've shared with you that I really do want to start an herb garden, and the particular roses that I got, they are great at producing nice rose hips that can be used in herbal teas. So let me go ahead and get everything up and do the next batch. But I hope this was able to help you when you're washing out your containers or seed starting. It's something that's very important to do. Like I said, it's not one of my favorite chores, but I know that I need to do it. So as always, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you share this video with your family and your friends. And if you are not a subscriber, we would absolutely love to have you as a subscriber, so make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video, and make sure you give it a thumbs up if you would like to see more videos like this. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and until the next video, bye bye.